Enjoying secrets of a sugar daddy? How about a little something extra? Here's today's dose of extra sugar with Marcus.
Welcome to a special edition of Extra Sugar. This is Marcus, and Happy New Year. Now, the reason I want to say that this is a special edition is because this is unplanned. I did not have this on the schedule today, but wait till you hear this story. Before we get to that, if you haven't applied for Sugarpalooza 6 yet, applications are open, so go to our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com, go to the party tab, fill out the application now. Spots will fill up very quickly, so get that in. And if you're a Patreon member, you are definitely going to have priority status. Now, it's free to join, and we do post a lot of free content on there, so go ahead and join as a free member. But if you want the full experience, we have tiers starting as low as $10 a month, and that one opens up everything. You get the community chat, you get to hear all the episodes before I release those to the public, behind-the-scenes photos, videos, perks, all kinds of great stuff. We even have profile reviews and coaching available. So go to patreon.com/secrets of a sugar daddy podcast. All right, on to the reason we have this special edition of Extra Sugar. So there was a gal that came to Sugarpalooza 5. We've talked about her. She actually did an episode, and we had a lot of fun with it, named Michelle. Well, I get a text this morning, and Michelle had flown in from California to meet a gentleman that she'd met on Seeking, and it was an absolute disaster. So she asked if I could bail her out, and as friends do, I said, sure, absolutely. So welcome, Michelle. What the hell just happened?
Thank you, Marcus. I'm trying to figure out what the hell just happened to me too as well. But what I do know for sure is because of the people I met at Sugarpalooza. I had like this whole community come to my rescue for this event because I flew here for New Year's Eve to meet somebody. It was actually kind of very last minute. I tend to be very spontaneous. And I decided to come here for someone I'd never met before. And
that's a big leap of faith right there. For New Year's Eve?
Yes. I tend to like to do things that are memorable that I'll never be able to forget. And this definitely lines in with that.
Okay, well, tell us the story. How did you chatted with this guy online?
I chatted with him online for a little bit. We actually had a lot in common. We started getting along really well, and things seemed perfect at the time. It seemed like things would go over swimmingly, and we came to an agreement about some things, and I jumped on a plane yesterday, and I landed about 8 o'clock last night.
And then?
I was greeted by something I'd never been greeted before. I'm submissive, and so he wanted to assert his dominant role right away. And
now tell us how old this gentleman is.
He's 79.
79.
Which, by the way, I found out today. I did not know that before. He put on his profile that he was 70. I do tend to go for older. I'm older, and it just seems like an easier demographic in a lot of ways. Yeah, so he picked me up, and he immediately wanted me to start referring to him as sir, and was saying a lot of very short sentences that he wanted me to repeat and end with
like
sir.
What? Tell us the sentence.
Like, I want you to own me, sir. I want you to pleasure me, sir. You're the doctor, sir. I want you to train me, sir. I want to be your sir.
Okay, now what were your thoughts initially on this? Were you okay with it in the beginning?
At first, I was feeling like really shy. And so I was like thinking in my head, what the fuck is going on? Like, why is this happening to me? And so at first I was kind of giggling. And then it became really painfully clear that he was dead serious. And so, we were only in the car for about 5 minutes. And while this is happening, he's like touching me, and he's basically almost killing me on the ride home. He's
Killing you? I mean, that's a strong word.
He is running red lights.
Oh.
He is stopping in the middle of intersections on green lights. He's missing turns. He's almost hitting cars because he's trying to do this dom sub thing while we're driving and trying to like stimulate me with his hands while we're driving. And I'm like starting to get very worried that we're going to get in a car accident.
Wow.
While I'm having to say, sir, this and sir, that.
Okay, so this all happened on New Year's Eve?
This happened yes.
Okay.
Last
Which
night.
is yesterday, because we're recording this on New Year's Day. All right, so you get in and you head to his place, and then what happens? Did you guys do dinner, or what? Where did it go from there?
Okay, so I'm just going to give a backstory of me. Like, I am a total food snob. Like, if you take me to somewhere that is super cheap as a sugar date, I am like, I dry up. I'm a dry well. Like, I don't even want to continue anything left with you.
Like, hey, let's go through the drive-thru at McDonald's and grab a McRib?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because
You know,
I've
I
actually
would have
done that.
preferred that. I would have preferred that
Oh, yeah.
to what I got presented last night. Last night, what happened was we got there. We were not, no way, no how we were going to eat right away. We had to have sex immediately, and I had to tell him, sir this and sir that. I mean, he's in my ear telling me the same 5 sentences to repeat to him and expecting me to have an orgasm while doing this.
Okay, so you went back to his place. You started doing the deed immediately?
Immediately.
Wow. And then he wanted you to refer to him as sir and telling you exactly how to talk to him?
Yeah, like in my ear telling me exactly what to say over and over. It was like maybe a total of 6 different sentences ending in sir that he wanted me to say to him. And he's like sticking his tongue in my ear hole.
Oh.
Like all the way in there.
Yeah, like a dog licking
cannot taste
your
good.
eardrum.
That cannot taste
Okay.
good.
All right, so you're thinking at this point what?
I'm just like, wow, okay.
What did I get myself into?
Well, no, in no way, shape, or form did I think this was going to continue throughout the night, all night. I thought, okay, we got to get this done and we'll be good. Like, he's much older. Like, how long can this go on?
Yeah, he's 79.
Well, I didn't know that yet, but
Oh, you didn't know that?
I on his profile it said 70.
So you were under the pretense that he was 70, which
Yes.
10 years does make a big difference when you get to that age.
Yeah. And so then I was allowed to eat. He's basically...
You were allowed to eat.
Yeah, one of the things was like, you're my master, sir. You're going to train me, sir. I don't know. Oh, by the way, he's also talking to me in all these different accents.
Accents?
All the way from the airport, all the way... I mean, he's pulling out...
Did he throw in an Indian accent?
He did Indian, he did Irish, he did
Hello, this
Russian.
is customer service.
Yeah, I mean, he was like...
Russian?
I was like, what is this guy on? I was like, this guy's on fire. But I thought he was just excited because I'm adorable.
Command.
Pretty much.
Wow.
So he pulls out this food, and it's chicken salad in a plastic container, wheat thins.
Wait, what? See, you and I chatted on the way home as I picked you up from the airport. We're going to get to that in a minute, but I haven't heard this part. This is crazy.
Okay, and he puts it on this table that's full of shit. Like, he didn't even clean up his table before I got there. And he puts the chicken salad. He doesn't even put it in a bowl. Like, he takes it from the plastic. He rips off the top. He puts the wheat thins on the table. Oh, and by the way, he did not care to get dressed.
What do you mean? Like, he's
So
in
his
sweatpants?
79-year-old self
Yeah?
is walking around completely naked.
Oh, this is after the deed.
Completely naked, sitting in the chair, like putting the salad down, putting the wheat thins down, getting this brie and like getting the prosciutto. And I don't remember washing his hands after. And he's like pulling the prosciutto off and like touching everything.
Oh, dear. Okay.
And so
The
I'm
visual
like,
is a little much
this
here.
has got to be a precursor. This has to be a precursor to actual food. He's like, oh, I know what will make this just the best. An avocado. So he gets out an avocado. he cuts it up.
Of course.
And he doesn't even get a plate. It was
Wow.
just all on his table.
Okay, so you finally got some food.
I had no utensils. I had to eat
Okay.
it all with my hands.
Oh.
And as soon as that's done, he wants to go right back to all
So
this.
about what time at night was this?
Oh, it was
What do you-
like 9:45.
Okay. All right.
And so right after that, he just wanted to go right back to sir this, sir that, close off, all night long.
And you did, though, right?
Well, at some point, I was like, you know what? This isn't about how much money you've given me and that I owe you something. This is supposed to be a mutual beneficial relationship. Like, this is not you own me for
Right.
these amount of hours. So I finally told him, I'm like, you know, I'm done. I need a break. And he's like, oh, do you need a break? You need to tell me I need a break, sir. So I said, I need a break, sir. And so I lay on the bed, and literally 3 minutes later, he is all over me again.
It's a dose of extra sugar with Marcus. Brought to you by secretsofasugardaddy.com.
Okay, how does he have so much stamina?
So I find out today that he is in the medical community and has a lot of medical professionals he knows, and he takes a lot of Adderall, and he had taken a lot of what I found on his counter that says methamphetamine or amphetamine salts. And he has them in his car, he has them in his bathroom, he has Klonopin. So last night he was basically on a little P. Diddy mix
Yeah.
of a lot of Adderall, Klonopin, and seemingly a shit ton of Viagra.
How do you even know what a P. Diddy mix is? I don't know that. How do you know that?
That's what was used in the freak-offs. They would make a mixture of MDMA, cocaine, and
So you think this guy has some kind of a P. Diddy mix going
his
on?
own.
Yeah.
Very legal through the
Wow.
medical. All the prescriptions had his names on them. But he told me that
And he just left those out in the open for you to look at?
he had them like turned away from the mirror.
Oh my goodness.
But when I took a shower this morning, of course I looked at them.
Yeah, you got to figure out what's going on. Okay.
And then he told me that this is my normal energy. Last night I was on a lot of Adderall.
Oh, he told you.
And I was like, well, no wonder you wanting to have sex 24/7. You are on like basically the equivalent of legal speed. But what ended up happening was like all the information that I've gotten in through this podcast and just educating myself through reading and like knowing what the sugar lifestyle is about isn't about me owing him my body for all these hours.
Right.
So I basically told him, like, I need to talk to you. We obviously had some fuzzy contracts going into this, but like, this is not what I signed up for. Like, you don't, just because you are giving me a certain amount, like, as a gift or whatever you want to call it, doesn't mean you, like, my body is your full free access 24/7.
Wait, you actually had this conversation?
I had to say this to him
this
last
morning
night.
or last night?
Yes.
Okay.
And then he just continued to push himself on me. And I was just like, I've got to get out of here. I have got to get out of here. He will not stop touching me and trying to have sex with me, even when I've told him I need a break. And even when I've made it clear, this is not what I've signed up for. Like, normally, I use that one experience where the person said, I only have sex with you once.
Oh.
And so I was like, this is not
Yeah.
like what I signed up for.
Right.
And this is usually like, I said, I don't know what you have planned for tomorrow, but there needs to be more than this planned.
Yeah.
Because I'm here for an experience, which
Yeah.
is doing things, having not just a physical connection with you, but an emotional connection with you. And if this is what you're planning, I'm going to let you know it's not working for me. That's what I told
Okay, so how did the night end? Like, about what time did it end? And did you sleep in the same bed?
Yes, he had a small one-bedroom apartment.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, man.
He has two
How
homes
awkward.
in New York, two big homes in New York. But yeah, he stays here for like 2 months out of the year for the winter. I was just stuck, and I just told him, like, I am done. I had to tell him. I had to continuously push him off me and make him. And that's why I could not imagine another full day in this one-bedroom apartment with him. His life isn't here. His social life isn't here. So like, he didn't have an experience to give me except taking a bunch of drugs and making me be his.
Right. So you woke up this morning and you messaged me.
I woke up and I was like...
And you're like, SOS.
I was like, I have to get out of
Save
here.
me.
I have to. And what I had to do was tell someone, because if I didn't tell someone, I would keep making excuses why I had to be there. And I knew if someone else knew, they would help me get out. And so I told you and I told the group, and then I came up with a plan.
Yeah. And what was the plan?
So my best friend is like an actress, and she loves being dramatic. It's her most favorite thing to do in all the land. So I was like, you know what? I need her to create a phone call for me. And now I need to figure out what that phone call is going to be about. What is it going to get to make me have to come home on an airplane? And I'm like, okay, someone has to be really sick. Someone has to be on their deathbed. But then I was like really worried. I don't want to put that like energy. I'm a real big believer in energy, not so much karma, but energy. And I was like, I don't want to put that energy out there that someone I love might get sick. And so I was like, you know what? I didn't tell him that my mom died yet. He has no idea my mom is dead. She is the perfect out.
Oh my goodness. So you used something with your mom?
I said that my mom was getting rushed to the hospital, and then I decided that my best friend was I took a shower, and while I was in the shower, I messaged her that she needed to call me, that my mom was getting taken to the hospital for open heart surgery, and that I needed to get on a plane immediately and get back home as soon as possible.
Wow, that is quite the story. Open heart surgery. Okay.
And guess what he told me?
What was that?
Oh, that's no big deal. You should just get back in bed and suck my dick.
Wait, what? You gotta be kidding me. He's a doctor.
But that's why he knows more than me. He's gaslighting me. He's a knowledged man. I know nothing. I'm a simpleton. How should I run on a plane to go be by my mother's side? Doctors know what they're doing. Heart surgery this day is nothing.
That's what he said?
That's what he's telling me.
Oh my goodness. And then he wanted you to perform oral on him.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And he wanted to have sex with me. And then he wanted me, when we got to the airport, he wanted to like do things to me in the car before I got out.
Okay, so you had him take you to the airport, and he's trying to fondle you, or
and he's actively trying to talk me out of canceling the flight, saying my mom doesn't need me and she's fine, and they're probably not going to give her surgery, and that pacemakers have problems all the time, and he's a doctor, and are my friends or my sister medical professions? How do they know I need to come? Mm-hmm. They're not medical professionals. I can't believe they got you a plane ticket. And I was very due diligence. I looked up the plane flights to make sure the plane I was saying I was getting on existed. Okay. Because if you're going to lie, you better lie.
Yeah.
So Southwest 12:15.
I did an episode. I actually did an extra sugar right when I first started doing those about when are white lies acceptable, and there are many instances where actually white lies or lies are preferable and acceptable, and this is definitely one of those situations.
I was a little bit afraid that if I told him my truth, he might get. I'm alone in a room in a house with a man. Mm-hmm. I need to stroke because it was almost like a hostage situation. I had to pretend like I was enjoying myself, and yes, sir, all the way to the airport. I love the way you controlled me this weekend, sir.
So you continue to play it off, even though you're like, this guy's on drugs. This is an absolute nightmare. I just felt like for my safety, and to get out of there, that just to let my ego go, get out, get safe, and get to you, and then just think about the rest later. Right.
Did the little part of me want to tell me, fuck you. If you would have just shut the hell up for 5 minutes, maybe I could have had an orgasm. And you right. Stop taking so many drugs.
Oh my goodness.
And by the way, I'm a woman. You can't, I need a rest too. Mm-hmm. You didn't give me the Adderall. Wow. Where's mine? I'm just kidding. I don't want that. You did offer me some today, though.
Yeah. All right, so you got dropped off at the airport. Marcus came, picked you up, and we're going to enjoy the rest of your stay here. I think your plane leaves tomorrow.
Yeah, I might get back on Seeking and find another sugar daddy.
Are you up for that?
Totally.
Oh, my goodness. You should be a little jaded at this point.
I feel like I need a good experience.
Yeah, you need a good one.
You don't even know what happened to me last time.
What's
my last date.
Oh, when you were here for Sugar
No,
Palooza?
my last date.
Oh, your last date in California?
My last sugar date, I went to go hook up. The guy failed to tell me he had a colonoscopy bag.
Oh my God.
That was my last one before this one.
Oh,
And we're
okay.
in the middle of getting intimate, and what do I find? Hide and seek? Easter egg hunt?
And we're okay. I thought we were at the end of the story, but now I have so many questions. And where did that go once you found the little Easter egg?
Well, I'm just such a good little sugar baby. I pretended like it wasn't
Oh.
there.
Oh man, you are full of stories. Wow.
All I know is I'm making a serious medical questionnaire before I meet anybody. Are you on drugs? Do you have a poop bag? Like,
Yeah.
what, do you have a heart condition?
Wow. Well, I mean, that's the things you deal with when you deal with older men. That's for sure.
But a colonoscopy
Yeah.
bag. You know what's so sweet is I told Freaky Freddy about my colonoscopy bag, and I said, why in the hell wouldn't he tell me? And he's so sweet. He says, well, then no one would meet up with him.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I was like, that's such a
Now,
sweet...
Freaky Freddy is a guy. He's a really fun guy that we met at Sugarpalooza 5. He was one of the sponsors, and he lives in your
we've
area,
become
right?
really good friends.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, you still have a friend here in Arizona, and I was able to bail you out. I've actually got a room that you're going to crash in tonight, so it'll be fun having you here for New Year's Day. Oh my gosh, I'm sure you're going to tell me lots more crazy stories, but
Yeah.
we'll wrap this one up. Let our audience digest what just happened. I'm
No
trying
pun
to
intended.
digest what just happened. Well, I'll treat you to a better dinner or whatever. If
Better
you don't,
than crackers
yeah,
and-
if you don't have a date tonight, we'll go celebrate New Year's properly.
I'm going to ask him what's the brand of that chicken salad. I'm going to go
Yeah.
get some.
Wow. Well, thanks for sharing your story. You started telling me pieces of it on the way home from the airport, and I said, stop. I have a million questions. We got to get this on audio. And yeah, you did reveal things that I wasn't ready for. Well, anyway,
I also did miss out on my, what's that Outback Steakhouse dinner he was going to take me out to tonight?
oh, he was going to take you out to Outback? Some fine dining right there. Actually, I like Outback,
or
but not for the first
Longhorn
date.
or something.
Longhorn Steakhouse. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Better than chicken salad out of a plastic container.
All right. Well, I hope you guys have an incredible New Year. And Michelle, thanks for calling me in your time of need, in your crisis. I'm glad I could help out. I actually went to a rave last night, so I'm hurting a little bit, but we're recovering nicely, and hopefully by dinner tonight I'll be all better. But I'd never done that before. I'll tell you guys all about that later, because that was a very interesting experience in itself, as I met somebody from Seeking there for the first time. Yeah, but that's a teaser. We'll talk about that one in another Extra Sugar. But anyway, we love to hear from you guys. If you want to share your crazy sugar dating stories, go to our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com. You can share it there. You can share it to me on Instagram or Patreon. That's a great place there, too. Okay. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Until next time. Bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed your Extra Sugar with Marcus. As always, visit our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com, to comment or tell us your story.